Ever wondered how artists get the perfect color every time? It's all in the math. Today, we're diving into color mixing techniques using math, from basic ratios to complex proportions. Let's start with ratios. Mixing colors in specific ratios can give you a wide range of hues. For example, to make orange, you might mix 1 part red with 1 part yellow. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, let's use fractions. Suppose you want a specific shade of purple. By mixing 3/4 part blue with 1/4 part red gives us a deep, rich purple. Percents are also crucial. Imagine you need to match a color for a large project. If you have that color in 30% that's blue and 70% that's red, you'll need to maintain this percentage to scale up the quantity without changing the color's integrity. Tints and shades modify the lightness and darkness of a color. Adding white to red creates a tint. Let's say we want the red to be 10% lighter and the amount of red we have is 100 units. It may seem like a straightforward percent calculation, but we have to remember that as we add more white, the total volume also changes. Here's how we want to handle this calculation. So we want our mixture to be 10% white paint, which is 0.10, and we will add in X amount of white paint. The total volume will equal 100 plus X. So we can set up our ratio to be X divided by 100 plus X will equal our white paint percentage of 0.10. Then we simplify. So we can take X times 0.01, so we have 0.10 X is equal to 100 plus X. Then get all your X's on one side. So by subtracting an X, you are left with 0.9X equals 10. And then divide both sides by 0.9, leaving us with X equals 11.1 units of white paint. By adding approximately 11.11 units of white to the 100 units of red, the white becomes exactly 10% of our final mixture. Similarly, adding black creates a shade. For a darker blue, you want the color to be 20% darker. If your original blue is 50 units, you'd work the calculations like this. We want the resulting mixture to be 20% black paint, which is 0.20. We will add in X amount of black paint, so the total volume will be 50 plus X. So we can set up our ratio as X divided by 50 plus X is equal to 0.20. Then we simplify. So we have 0.20 times 50 plus X is equal to X. And this simplifies to X equals 10 plus 0.20x, then subtract my 0.20x from both sides, will leave me with 0.8x equals 10, and then divide both sides by our 0.8, leaving us with x equals 12.5. So, making our answer 12.5 black units of paint. By adding approximately 12.5 units of black to the 50 units of blue, the blue becomes exactly 20% of our final mixture. Decimals help adjust color intensity. To lighten a green slightly, you might mix it with 50% or 5% with 5% yellow or 0.05. This subtle change can make a big difference in achieving the perfect hue. Finally, proportions if you're scaling paint for a large mural and your test mix uses 2 cups of yellow and 5 cups of blue. You'll keep that proportion. So for 100 cups of paint, that is 2/5 for yellow cups, which will be 40 cups yellow. Or if you're looking at the blue, that's 3/5 are blue. So for 100 cups, that'll be 60 cups blue, while the 40 cups are yellow. Understanding the math behind your colors isn't just about mixing paint. It's about unlocking the full potential of your creative expression. Now go ahead, mix, match, and master the art of color.